waveguide microwave junctions, or you can also call it as microwave waveguide junctions. Okay, so till now what we have seen is a type of a waveguide is used to transmit these microwave signals whenever a frequency is higher. Okay, so a waveguide, what we see is a rectangular, circular, or different types of shapes. Okay, so which was in a straight line. Okay, now let us assume we need our microwaves to move in several directions. Okay, what is the ultimate way? Can anyone answer? Suppose a rectangular waveguide, or suppose let us say this is a waveguide, rectangular waveguide. At one end of it, we have connected a microwave generator or a microwave source, which is keep on generating microwave signals. As this rectangular waveguide is in straight line, okay, the microwave signals passes from this point to the other end. Now, it's consider this as a water pipe, which is providing water throughout the city. Okay. Now let us say from here the water is traveling in a straight direction. Now this water need to be distributed into colonies of several houses. Okay. What we should do?
We need to add pipelines, sir.
Okay. What kind of pipelines? Does it need to be in a straight line without any connections? See, so this is a straight pipeline. So from here, we need to add some more pipelines, which should be splitted into several directions. Okay. Now, this rectangular waveguide is being connected with some more waveguides, and these waveguides will gives rise to some more directions, which we can call it as splitting of the waveguide or the branches of a waveguide. Okay. Similarly, like how a tree branches will be, there will be middle one big branch, and that will be again splitted into small branches, which leads to leaves, okay, through which the energy is transmitted. Similarly, whenever we want to transmit any water in a colony or some area or a city, okay, so these pipelines need to be splitted into smaller branches. Okay, so similarly, in a microwave energy source distribution also, whenever the microwave frequencies are greater, okay, so obviously we are going for a waveguides. That waveguides can be of circular waveguides, rectangular, or elliptical. It depends on the application. Now let us assume there is an microwave energy source at one end of the waveguide, and it is transmitting from here to here. Okay, now we want in our application, let us assume that our application is a bigger one, and we want our microwave signals to be distributed to several areas or several places or several distribution lines. So obviously we need to here we have screw connections, right? Obviously we need to have a waveguide junctions, okay, which split our microwaves into several directions. Okay, so the splitting of the microwave signals through the waveguides, okay, into several directions can be done by microwave junctions. Okay, so take the heading as microwave junctions. So give me a second. So microwave junctions or waveguide microwave junctions. Okay, at a certain position in a waveguide system, many times it is necessary to split the microwave energy into particular directions. Whenever we want, or whenever there is a necessity of splitting a microwave energy into several directions, okay, so we need to use microwave junctions. How these microwave junctions looks and all these things we are going to see in the coming classes. Okay, so as for now, take the definition as waveguide, take the heading as microwave waveguide junctions or waveguide microwave junctions, and take this first point. At a certain position in a waveguide system, many times it becomes necessary, or many times it's necessary to split parts of microwave energy into particular directions. This can be achieved by waveguide junctions. Microwave junctions will be having some will be having 2 branches, some will be having 3 branches, and some will be having 4 branches. But technically, what we call it as ports. You might have already seen in microcontrollers or microprocessors. Okay, we'll be having the pins for a microcontroller or a microprocessor. You might have already seen in 8051 or 8086. Okay, wherever the pins which are considered as inputs and outputs, that is considered as ports, right? Okay, similarly, here microwave junctions are also having several inputs as well as several outputs. Same outlet or an inlet will be considered as your port. Okay, that can be used as your input, and that port can be also used as your output. Okay, so at a certain positions, when there is a necessity of microwave energy to split in several directions, okay, you need to have waveguide junctions. Okay, so these junctions will have several ports. So port 2, 3, and 4 like that. Okay, so I will show you how these ports looks. See, this is, what is this? Can anyone say? This one.
Rectangular waveguide.
Rectangular waveguide. Okay, so this is a rectangular waveguide which we generally use for microwave propagation, not for distribution. Okay, whenever we want to propagate any microwave signal, a straight rectangular or a circular or an elliptical waves are used. Okay, now in this case I want to distribute my microwave energy. So here comes our microwave junctions. The left side, what you see here, these are the main very important microwave junctions. Okay, this is one kind of junction if you observe, and this is another kind of junction. Okay, so these are called as 3-port junctions. Okay, దీనికి మళ్ళీ individual గా ఒక names ఉంటాయి. I will let you know. So these are 3-port junctions. If you see this first microwave junction, it has got 3 inlets as well as outlets. Same, each port can be considered as inlet as well as outlet. Okay, this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. For this one also here, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, these 2 microwave junctions are nothing but called as 3-port microwave junctions. Okay, and each microwave junction has got its own name. I will tell what is that particular name. And if you observe the top figure, this has got how many?
4 port.
Yeah, 4 ports. 1, 2, 3, and the back side you have one more port. Okay, this is a 4-port microwave junction. Okay, let us take, so this rectangular waveguide has got a screw connections, and this also has got a screw connection. Let us say I'm taking this microwave junction. Okay, one second. Yeah, let us say I'm taking this microwave junction and connecting it to this rectangular waveguide. This particular part, for example, I am taking this particular part, I am fitting it to this particular part. Okay, now a microwave signal is propagating from here, from this direction. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, now whenever I have connected this port 1 to this waveguide, okay, what is the expected output of the splitting of a microwave energy? ఎక్కడి నుంచి బయటకు వస్తుంది? See, this port 1 has connected to our rectangular waveguide. From here the energy is coming over. Okay, now from here it is traveling to this one. Now the energy will be, as we all know, the energy will be splitted here, as we are having 2 ends, right? This is port 2 and port 3. So obviously energy will be splitted into this. Okay, as you see. Okay, now let us say this rectangular waveguide has been connected here. This is port 2, let us say, and this is port 1, and this is port 3. Now, you need to observe this carefully. This microwave junction is different and this microwave junction is completely different. Observe the knobs. Okay. Suppose this rectangular waveguide is connected to this microwave junction as an input port 2. What are the, how the microwave energy will be splitted? Through which ports?
From 1 and 3.
So 1 and 3. Okay. So this is a basic connection where we see that whenever there are 3 ports, whenever that one of the port is connected to any kind of waveguide and whenever the microwave signal is passing through it, okay, obviously what we think is the energy will be distributed from other ends. Wherever the outlet is there, from there it tries to come out. Okay. But these microwave junctions are designed in such a way that, okay, these microwave junctions will react with respect to the modes. Okay, that mode is electric field as well as magnetic field. Okay, whenever you are using an electric field of a microwave signal, okay, uh, we need to use one kind of microwave junction. Whenever you are using a magnetic field through a this particular waveguide, we need to use another kind of these things. Okay, so generally we will be transmitting an electromagnetic wave in the mode of two, right? One is transverse electric mode and transverse magnetic mode. Okay, so whenever a transverse electric mode is done, we need to use one kind of microwave junction. Whenever a transverse magnetic mode is propagated, we need to use another kind of microwave junctions. While the classes are going on, I will tell you how these all works. Okay, so whenever the microwave junctions, one second. So we all know that whenever a microwave signal is traveling to a rectangular waveguide, there are a lot of changes going on there. We are calculating a lot of velocities. Okay, we are calculating wavelengths and all those things. Okay, similarly, whenever a microwave energy enters into a microwave junction, it again have some their own properties. Okay, so what are those properties? What happens when a microwave enters into junctions? Okay, and all those things I will let you know. Okay, so okay, so these are the two microwave junctions which you have seen in the previous diagram. Okay, so this particular microwave junction is called as E plane T. Okay, E plane T. Okay, where it deals with electric field of a microwave signals. Okay, and this particular waveguide, okay, microwave junction is H plane T. Okay, if you see these things as the cross section of a waveguides or a design of a waveguides looks in a kind of T shapes. Okay, they are considered as T's. Okay, so one microwave junction is used for electric field and another microwave junction is used for magnetic field. What happens when an electric field and magnetic field enters into the microwave junctions? What changes it makes, and we will be seeing in the next class. But you need to remember, whenever we are using microwave junctions, okay, whenever we are using microwave junctions, you need to see whether the propagation is TE mode or TM mode. And whenever the propagation is TE mode or TM mode, and whenever there is a necessity of splitting our microwave signal into several directions, okay, so what type of plane we are using, okay, whether if your electric field is propagating through the Z direction or in the waveguide, okay, we need to use E plane T. Whenever an magnetic field is propagating in the Z direction or a waveguide, we need to use H plane T. Okay, based on each field, for each field, they have designed a separate waveguides. Okay, so if you carefully see here, there is one flat waveguide, okay, with 3 ports. Okay, and if you see this one, okay, there is one more flat port with a vertical elevation. Okay, this can be called as horizontal elevation or this can be called as your vertical elevation. Okay, this is your E plane and this is your H plane. Now let us combine these two. Okay, ఈ మొత్తం ఈ plane ని తీసుకెళ్ళి I will put it on this one. What happens? See, if you see this port and this port, same, it looks like this port and this particular port of H plane. What I will do is, I will try to include these two T's as one. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఈ టూ టీస్ని ఏం చేస్తానంటే సపరేట్గా డిజైన్ చేయకుండా I will design these two T's into only one module. Okay, so this particular module is common for both. చూడండి ఇక్కడ క్లియర్గా. Okay, so instead of designing two separate things, I will design this particular plate common, and I will put one horizontal port, and I will cut this one, and I will put it here. So I will get like this. So same, ఈ రెండిటికి same common plates ఉన్నాయి, horizontal plate ఉంది. What I will do is, I will cut this part and I will put it here. So చూడడానికి ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? See,
4-port rectangular waveform.
Yeah, it looks somewhat like this. Okay, so what happens whenever we combine these two, E plane T as well as H plane T, it becomes one 4-port microwave junction. Okay, so this is whenever you combine this thing, it becomes this one. See, it has got one second. So it has got one plate, two ports of similar size. One is vertical port is there, and one horizontal port is there. It is nothing but, we have seen it in the previous picture also. Okay, it is nothing but 4-port microwave junction. So the most widely used microwave junctions are E plane T, H plane T, and another one is EH plane T. Whenever you combine E plane as well as H plane, it becomes a 4-port microwave junction, which we are calling it as EH plane T, and the other name of EH plane T is magic T. Okay, why it is called magic T, I will explain when this concept comes. Okay, so whenever a microwave signal need to be splitted into several directions, we need to use microwave junctions. So the most popular microwave junctions what we have is E plane T, H plane T, as well as the combination of these two, which is nothing but EH plane T, which is nothing but also called as a magic T.